This poem is entitled "The TVA Built a Dam," and it's in memory of my mother, Ruth Day Wheeler, for her. It is a lake now, what was once a multitude of different names, not towns really, but places lived in for 100 years, submerged now into one name: Motley, Topton, Chogi, Hanging Dog, Tusquity, Ela, Balsam, Stokoa, Heights Creek, Shootin' Creek, Rhodo, and Red Marble. Word came by wagon and mule. In one place, the TVA sent a Ford car through the creek and up Bethel Hill to spread the news that everybody, including the dead, would come away. But who would speak for the dead? They had turned themselves back to earth in wooden boxes, resigned themselves to the memory of others, had quickly forgotten the language of kith and kin, Keith, Mason, Morgan, Marr. My great-uncle would find their graves by counting mounds from the corner of the church. These dead, secure in their knowledge of being numbered by the God who counts sparrows, could not mark their graves with marble or granite. What did it matter? He knew where they were. When my mother remembers, she says, "They was ours. All those dead belonged to somebody." People from far off came back, and the remembered dead were disinterred by the TVA. Even the dead who were past memory were brought forth. And like some behemoth Adam at work, the authority gave them all stones with names. Some were taken to Aquone, some to Andrews, and the water rose like a great cold shroud over Hewitt, Allman, Little Chogi, and Beechertown, covering tired farms, clapboard houses, gardens left fallow, oak, chestnut, pine, sycamore, chinkapin. My 83-year-old mother dreams about it. She writes to me in her crabbed scrawl that it is warm, time to put out a garden like her mother and her mother's mother before her. She will hoe all day, plant some early potatoes, red leaf lettuce, onions. At night she will dream of her mother's garden, the old farm, her grandfather with a wild beard, and all her dispersed kin who have died, women, men, children, and babies quicken in her memory as though it were yesterday, some a memory of someone else's memory, and others who have slipped away into the mind of God. The God, she says, who will sort them out, moved as they were from places like Brartown, Vengeance Creek, and Sweat Heifer, moved by the state in trucks and dumped into one common grave, or so it is believed. She would always say it on Decoration Day, standing amid the rows of Grigories, Wrights, and Queens. Lord only knows who's here, if anybody. And the dead sleep, sorted and unsorted, disturbed or undisturbed by the waters that came more than 3 feet a day, climbing until the lake was formed over the Allman School, the Free Will Church, over the uprooted lives of men and women who lit kerosene lamps against the dusk, talked about weather, revivals, their crops and mules, marveled among themselves about the stories of electricity in Tennessee that could make a room bright as day.